Alright, we are back here the next day. Filled in pretty good. We still got a little bit of divots there. Give it another fill. I mean, it would probably be fine for the bottom, but we want a little more closer to perfection, right? So, unfortunately, it does leave kind of these big ridges here like this, right? Try to zoom in a little bit for you. And you can't really sand it without it gumming up your sandpaper because it doesn't have wax in the gel coat. But what you can do is take a razor blade and just kind of scrape it off. See, how you like that? Courtesy of Fish Bump TV. You'll follow them on YouTube if you want some better, more professional gel coat and fiberglass help. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do, I think, here. See that? Boom. Put this one. And then I'll come back here and fill it with another one. And hopefully after that we'll be able to hit it with the whole roller coat to seal her up, and then we'll sand her down. But I'd say she's coming along. Yep, I'm gonna have to say I really like how that worked out. Got a lot of those ridges off really nice and easy, just like sanding, but without gumming up sandpaper. I come back easy with another coat in these little divots, fill her in, make her a little smoother. All right, there you have it. Hopefully the last coat here. And we'll be able to start filling it all in. Now see, so this stuff I'm gonna do a little different. I want it a little thicker so it doesn't seep in. I want to do one coat. And then I'm gonna PVA this to seal it because I'm not putting wax in the gel coat. Because I'm gonna go back over all this stuff. But this I'm not going back over, so I need to make sure that cures fully. So I'll spray with PVA. I'll show you how to do that. Alright, so I like the airbrush method. Get my PVA, fill up the airbrush, spray her on, do a light coat at first, just like painting, and then come back with a heavier one, and then even a heavier one. Alright, got my gun set up here, got my PVA in there. Into the compressor, you gotta set your pressure, I like it around 25. Get it close, spray it, make sure it settles where you want it. See, it's going down, I don't want that. Yeah, how about that? Perfect. Okay, this is how you do it. So we're gonna do just a light coat at first. Up here probably. Oh. Alright, sorry, sometimes it gets a little gummed up after you use it, but now we're good. Okay. Just a light coat like that. And I even like to just hit it with just the air. You just push it in like that. Just to help dry it out for the next coat. Alright, I'll come back when I'm done. Alright, so there you have it. So a PVA on there. Give it a little air barrier and help her seal up and cure up good. We get sanded down, make her pretty. For the rest of this stuff, I'm not doing that because like I said, we need to put a whole coat on there to seal everything up all together. Alright, we're back here the next day. Looking pretty good. I mean, yes, it's got some ridges and stuff that need to be taken down, but the bumps are mostly gone. Bumps and scratches and scrapes, except for this one. Might just fill that in after. I think I'm ready to do a whole coat on here. Do a roller coat, seal her up, get ready to start sanding her down and smoothing her out. Get this thing on the water. Taking too long. Looks good though, especially with the light on it, sunlight. Check her out. Oh yeah. See, now if I just went and smoothed that down, that might be pretty nice. We'll see. All right, so this is another day. It is now dried. Our coat of gel coat. Looking pretty good. And now, just need to sand it down, smooth it out. So what I'm gonna do is get our handy dandy guide coat. Where's that? If you guys don't know what this is very handy stuff. I do not have the name brand 3M stuff. I have a, oh, there's no sticker on here? Okay, anyway. Oh, here you go. I got, whatever that is. Still works the same, off-brand one, but it still works fine. And basically you rub it on, and then when you sand it off, it'll show you all your spots you need to fix. You'll see it. Let me coat her up and I'll show you how it looks. Alright, as you can see, we're all coated up here. Kind of highlight stuff a little bit already. See up there, totally can tell where it's a new coat and where it's not. And now we'll sand her down and you'll see how it helps. Alright, this is one of those valuable Jet Ski Dan moments. So this is one of my secret weapons around here when wet sanding. What this is a electric paint sprayer. And I load it with water and basically just use this to blast off all my dust and to blast my sandpaper to clean it up. And it really helps. And I'll show you how it works right now. And these are super cheap. They're only like $25 on Amazon. Probably link in the description. But totally helps. I'll show you how. You guys have probably never seen that before. So like and subscribe. Check it out. There's a big old mess, right? I'm gonna move the light over here for you. Ugh. Yeah, see it? See it? Huh? Now see this. See that? So see how the guide coat helps you see what you haven't hit yet, and how this paint sprayer helps clear it out real nice and easy for you. And check out the papers, like perfect again. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Sounds done. Now, honestly, I haven't used any other methods, but this just seems pretty legit to me, so I thought I would share. Alright, I know you guys want to watch me sand all day, but I'm going to cut it and come back when I have finished most of this. All right, nice. Coming along pretty good here. As you can see, you don't see any black spots except for in here, or I haven't done it yet. But man, I came a long way from where it was, I'll tell you what. This was all raw fiberglass in here, with big old chunks taken out from rocks and stuff. There's a big old hole right here. Lots of all little scratches, you can see all these scratches. In case you ever wondered what not tinting your gel coat looks like, that's what it looks like. It is raw untinted gel coat on a pretty yellow hull. I kind of like it. It's like scars. You know, it's underneath anyway. It's not a big deal. Shows its age. Adds a little character. Where it's dry, you can't really see it, but it's gonna look probably more like that because it'll be glossed. We'll see. Coming along. But anyway, now I need to get under there. So I need to move this forklift. Probably should put that down. It's a little dangerous, huh? But there you have it. Now you can believe me that it will stand up by itself. I'm gonna lower those because I don't like that. That's safer. Pretty dang good, guys. I mean, that's a little lumpy there looking. I'm not sure why it's lumpy looking, even though I'm using a flat sander. Might address that later, but I am honestly super happy with that and the way it's coming along. Since you don't see any black spots, that's how you know it's pretty much perfect. And it's gonna shine up real nice. And this thing was beat up, guys. Let me tell you what, like, it didn't get a whole lot worse than this. This thing was at the point where people didn't even care anymore, and they were just like leaving it on the beach to wash up and down on the rocks, because they figured this thing was at the end of its life. So there's just no cares given. Now up here, I'm gonna have to do a lot more work. I can't really reach up here. I haven't addressed much of that, and I'm gonna have to repatch some of this stuff in here. There's some big stuff in here that I'm gonna need to patch up, but honestly, it did a lot better than I thought it was gonna do. Patched up really good, sanded down really good, cleaned up pretty good, all of it. Super happy. So I think that's probably it for today. I did want to get some more Joko in here, but it's like 6 o'clock. We'll see. What I'm gonna do is hit it with the Dremel again, clean out some of these, round them out, make them accept some new gel coat a little better, and then smooth over with some gel coat, and we'll see what that does for us. All right, now I'm gonna go in there and hit it right in here by hand with some 240, just to mellow out the edges to help the new and old gel coat blend together. Check it out. Makes it go from like this kind of stuff, all right, to this. See the difference? Check that out. Probably could do those better, but I could go right over it. And see how I could use the air gun now to dry it off too. Be ready to go. All right, we are here the next, well, it's not the next day, it's a couple days later, but you would not believe what happened. We, or God, apparently wanted to test out our theory here on whether this was safe and sturdy or not, because we had one of the biggest earthquakes that we've seen around here in a good while, here in California, which is saying something, and she's still standing. So whether that be a miracle or this just works, it's still here, just like that. Of course, I take the forklift away, which was our safety this whole time, and it's been standing like that for like a week with the forklift around it. And I needed to get around that little section like you saw. So I pull it out, and I decided to leave it because it's been here this whole time, and I literally said to myself, as long as we don't have an earthquake, it should be fine. Well, even with an earthquake, we're fine, so that's awesome. Praise the Lord. Here we are with our little spots here. It's green because we put our PVA on there to seal her up so we could sand her down today. I'm gonna come back with the razor and get down these ridges, and then we'll sand her down, make her smooth, and I think we're about ready to polish her up and call her done. All right, not bad. Coming along all right. Along pretty good, I'd say. Now, let's, that was the 120. I'm gonna hit it again with some guide coat, wherever that stuff is, over there. And then we're gonna take it down to probably 320. And then we'll hit 600, and then we'll hit 1,000, and then 15, and then polish her up. All right, there we go. I skipped straight to 600. No 320, went from, what was it, like 120 straight to 600. Actually worked out fine, wasn't bad at all. Had my guide coat to help me get out all my scratches and sanding lines. Oh, missed a little bit there. Got some more low spots to fill or figure out what we're gonna do with. Probably sand those down here and there. But yeah, that was 600. right, there you have it, guys. Nice and shined up. Still could do some work up here, but we'll do that when she's down. Well, slides easier on the carpet, that's for sure. Oh, easy. There you have it, just like that. Now you guys get to see her down in her normal position, like you would normally see a jet ski. She came a long way. Well, right now, see, now that we got her down here on the trailer, we can get this front section super easy. Without almost breaking her neck trying to climb a ladder and get her done with a sketchy jet ski bouncing straight up and down. Probably push her back a little. Man, look how good that slides now. And then, yeah, just sand her up and do my thing right here. Easy peasy. Wasn't really liking how I was sanding it, and it just kept sliding back more and more, so strapped her up, put the strap from the trailer just to the back here, like that. Just make sure it doesn't slide any farther, and she's good. Alright, so we are back here the next day, and I think my game plan is going to be to Dremel up these little nicks here. I don't know if you can see that. So little things like this, and maybe these little ones, stuff like those. All right, little tiny things. I'm gonna get those Dremeled down, sanded down, and patched up. And then hopefully we'll come back and be able to sand it and polish her up. There's one right there. These things. Yeah. Let me get the drill. Got my handy dandy circle bit. I really like that. All right, without getting too crazy and getting every little single thing, I think we're gonna call that good. I'm gonna come back and sand it and get it ready to fill it. There you have it. Got them all on there. And I'm trying something new to me this time, which is adding wax into my filler. So I don't have to put PVA on after because there's a lot of spots to spray. I don't want to be spraying that much. So we'll see if it hardens up and I can sand it down without any issues. Catch you guys tomorrow. Alright, here we are. It's like a whole week later. But she's definitely cured up. And let's sand her down and see how well it worked with the wax in it. See if we could just go straight sanding. And I will be using a block this time to make sure this stays nice and flat. We don't have any weird bumps. Alright, so we are definitely going to conclude that that did not work. As you probably would have guessed, and I was definitely guessing and definitely thinking that when you put Capasil and thicken it up, the wax isn't going to rise to the surface, right? Makes a lot of sense. So, now what? Do it, not a PVA, but I think that was the perfect amount. Looks pretty good. All right, here we are a couple days later. Give it 2 days just to make sure if this is gonna work. Better give it the best chances. So let's get this PVA off and sand her up and see if it got any harder. All right, let's see if it works. Hey, okay. There's a little bit on there, but we might be all right. Let's see. All right, heck yeah, guys, that looks so good. I like it. All right, if you guys stuck around this long, first off, I want to say thank you. And second, I want to try to explain a little better on some of the technical stuff and what happened in the video. So first things first, I'm sure you're kind of wondering if you should take on that tipping the jet ski straight up and down deal. And I'm going to try to explain a little bit on how that was. So as you can see, this green here would be your jet ski, and here's the ground, and this is like your water pump area. And as you would know, on the back of your jet ski, it's not just straight flat across here, and it's also not perfectly flat this way, right? So you got your rim of your rub rail, and then you got your jet pump ledge, and your jet pump area, right? I know it's not the best drawing, but bear with me, I'm sure you get it. So when you tip it up, since you're bowed like this, first thing you're going to want to do is get some wood that you can put in the side to make sure that it doesn't tip this way or that way, because that's going to be really bad. And then once you do that, you can push it up to a place that you feel it's pretty balanced, and then you put some wood here. Now it's probably going to be different with each jet ski, so just get some things nearby you, so when you push it up, and a friend obviously to help you, start throwing some stuff under there while you're holding the jet ski, and I think it'll be good. But it's as easy as that. It wasn't too bad. And like I said, that handled one of the biggest earthquakes that we've had here in California in a long time. But do it at your own risk, okay? I'm not taking responsibility for that. Anyway, now, when it came to actually repairing the cracks, I was trying to tell you how I was dremeling it down and sanding it down. And this is kind of what I was talking about. So you have your little crack right here, right? That's how it starts. And then you take your Dremel with the little like rounded bit or whatever you got, and you put that, or I mean you Dremel out your crack, okay? Then you come through and you sand it down to make it even more shallow, because what you're trying to avoid is a like steep transition from your old to your new gel coat, because especially if you don't try to match it like I didn't, I just put on straight white gel coat, and it's not bad, you could totally see it though. So if you're actually tinting it to try to match and you do this, it's going to really help blend the two together, because it's really hard to match it perfectly. So you do that, and that's going to help it, that's going to help just it all around. It's just going to be a better blend, a better repair. It's going to look better, and it's just that's how you want to do it. Don't just throw it in something like that, and don't half butt it and do it like that. Go ahead and sand it down. Now, when it came to this, I'm hitting it with 120. Okay, everything in before I just started hitting it with 120 just to get a lot of the stuff that's not too deep, you could sand down until that's just gone all completely, and you don't even have to worry about repairing it. But the deeper stuff, you're gonna have to do this whole process. But I started with the 120, sanded down, got to where I liked it, and then used my guide coat and everything. And then I hit it with 600. And then 1500, and then if you want, you can hit it with 2000. It's going to help the buffing later. It's probably a good idea if you want it to be really nice and shiny and glossy. Otherwise, you're going to have to buff it a few times later. But that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope it helps you. Hopefully you can get this done too, and it'll save your back and save your arms and all that stuff from doing it underneath or trying to flip it over or all the crazy stuff that you can do. And if you enjoyed this and liked it, please like and subscribe and comment and tell me it helped you, and let me know your project or whatever, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.